Welcome in, friends. Welcome to Shop Talk. This is episode 49 of Shop Talk, and I want to thank you for joining us. We are talking shop. If you are interested in starting a YouTube channel, start right here. You're in the right place at the right time. This is Shop Talk. This is our virtual content creator makerspace, and this is part two of a special from viewer to YouTube series. Today, we are focusing on names, naming our channel the right way so that you will have greater success on your YouTube journey to partial and then full monetization. Thank you all for joining me. I am your hostess with the mostest. This is KendyK all day. Thank you all for joining me for this episode of Shop Talk. So, we don't want you to get lost in the sauce. We want you to choose a channel name for your channel that has all of the arrows pointed in the right direction so that you can go to and through full monetization. We don't want you to get stuck with a name that you're going to regret later. So let's go ahead and let's start right now and let's start building your brand, starting with your channel name. Thank you all for joining me for this episode of Shop Talk. I see content creators already chatting it up in the chat. Thank you all for joining me for this Saturday episode of Shop Talk. This is a holiday minded episode of Shop Talk, but we're still doing the same thing that we always do, that we've done for 48 episodes of Shop Talk previously. Sorry about that, friends. That was my alarm. We're doing what we've always done previously. We are just talking shop as content creators. Welcome in, friends. Welcome in. This is the KendyK all day. And friends, let's go ahead and get started. I'm super excited to present with you today and answer any questions you have. So go ahead and start chatting it up in that chat. Let us know if you're a new content creator. Also, let us know if you have any questions as a content creator. What questions do you have about naming your channel? Have you decided on a name for your channel, or you think you have a good name for your channel, but perhaps you haven't quite decided if you're going to keep that name, or maybe you have already started your channel and you are thinking about, this isn't feeling right. I'm already seeing that this is not going to work for my channel. How do you change it? Those are the things we're going to talk about today. And so I want to thank you all for joining me for this episode of Shop Talk. This is our content creator maker space. Welcome in, friends. Welcome in. Yes, thank you for this Saturday edition of Shop Talk. Thank you for your attention to these matters. We want to welcome in content creators. We're going to start at the top and go straight on down. We want to thank Kyle Vlogs, first one chiming in today in these YouTube streets. Creators, I invite you to continue to drop your channel link. So if you are a new creator in the YouTube streets, go ahead and drop your channel link. Just go ahead and type those two short words, put them together as one word, no space, drop those in the chat, and that will share your link, your channel link, with those who are joining us and chatting it up in the chat. Thank you all for joining us. This is Shop Talk. We want to thank another content creator, and moderating this stream for us today is Gemini Diva 79. Welcome in, friends. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hey there, low carb queen. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Low carb queen says hello to me and also everyone in the chat. Thank you. Thank you. And by the way, what you see happening here is folks just saying their greetings, because when you think about your YouTube channel, it kind of is your house, right? It's your house rules. And something that my mama always taught me is when you go into someone's home, you say hello, you greet the room, you greet anyone else who might be sitting in their home. It's just good manners in the YouTube streets. And sometimes if you're new to YouTube or you're new to chatting on the YouTube channels, these are what we call just some chat etiquette. Chat etiquette is what we would call that. Monique Poe is another moderator on my channel, and I might add, a member of KendyK's crew. And we want to shout out Low Carb Queen for being a member of KendyK's crew. Not only did these kind humans hit the subscribe button because they like the content, they like how KendyK shows up in the world, but they went ahead and did the extra step and they invested in my channel and they hit that join button. If you're interested in becoming a member of KendyK's crew, and that's crew with a K, hit that join button. You should see it under this live stream. Thank you all. Welcome in, Nisha Antoinette. Nisha, I want to thank you as a content creator. She's a content creator in these YouTube streets. You can see her name there in the goldenrod box there at Nisha Antoinette. Check her out. She is a Florida lady, a diva, if you will. And she does fashion reviews. And one of her signature segments is teaching you how to shop your own closets for each season, right? Especially in this economy, it really works well. And I was getting ideas of this morning. By the way, Nisha, I loved that. I think it's called an envelope purse. It's a red purse. I loved how you used that. Loved you had a red sweater moment. And then you gave us two different looks, one with the leopard print shoe and hat. And then you switched it up a little bit and added a red baseball type cap, a furry hat. Very cute looks I saw this morning. We want to welcome in New Horizons Above and Beyond 1990. Hi there, friend. Welcome. This is Shop Talk. This is our content creator makerspace, and we are talking shop. And this is part 2 of a special series. If you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, start right here at Shop Talk. This is going to be a multi-part series, and this is just episode 2 in that multi-part series. And so there's a link at the top of the chat. If you did not catch us yesterday for Shop Talk, please go ahead and use that link so that you can track back and get caught up right after this stream ends. And then join us tomorrow for the Sunday Sunrise edition of Shop Talk. Friends, I've also dropped the StreamYard link, so you can check the chat, and there you'll find the word StreamYard if you are interested in co-hosting this stream with me. And as long as I know you, meaning as long as you've been in my chat before, chatting it up, then I invite you to join this panel with me. And if you want to connect your stream, connect to your front door to this stream, meaning open up a stream on your channel, you're invited to do so, and you'll gain watch hours for each and every person that enters this live stream using your front door. Yes, we want to welcome in Simply Debbie Sue. Welcome, friends. Look at all of these content creators and viewers, subscribers, members of KendyK's crew. Y'all, I'm super excited today. So let's go ahead and let's get this party started. Thank you all for joining me. Let me just make sure I am honoring everyone who is joining us in that chat. It's another one of our good friends. It's Mrs. G, your favorite auntie. Mrs. G, are we ready to have a celebration just yet? Tell us how we're doing. Y'all, Mrs. G, your favorite auntie, is super close to having a huge celebration, but I want to let her tell it. And so she's going to give us an update in the chat. No problem, friends. I thank you for connecting. Thank you for your intentionality in helping to connect with us. And Mrs. G is also a member of KendyK's crew. And it's so important. Y'all, if you are a member of KendyK's crew, and even if you're not a member of KendyK's crew, then you're probably a subscriber. And if you're not a subscriber, all you have to do is hit that subscribe button. It's absolutely free. But the benefits start almost immediately. And what do you mean by that, KendyK? I'm your host, KendyK. This is Shop Talk, episode 49 of Shop Talk. Tomorrow will be our 50th episode of Shop Talk. So you want to have your faith in the place because you never know how we're going to celebrate that big moment. Thank you all for joining me for Shop Talk. But what I mean when I say that membership has its privileges and being a subscriber on this channel, you will have immediate benefits even as a subscriber because it happens to be week 4 of KendyK's Christmas in November, our blessing box entries. Friends, you have just a few hours remaining to get your entry in for the week 4 Christmas in November blessing box. So go ahead. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. and then pop over to my channel, click on the post. We're probably going to have some time in this stream, so to pop over and take a look at my channel page. And so, because we want to see some of the things in action that we're talking about. But y'all don't forget to do your week 4, Christmas in November, blessing a box entry. And shout out to Monique Poe in that chat. She is a crew member. She is a subscriber. And she was our week 3 winner of KendyK's Christmas in November. It's my subscriber appreciation. I've given away a blessing box that includes a Walmart gift card and some of KendyK's favorite things each and every week this month. Thank you all for joining us. Oh, I love that goal. New Horizons Above and Beyond says we are trying to get to 2,000 or so subscribers by the end of the year. Wow, I'm trying to get that goal accomplished myself. That's my first mini goal on the road to 5,000. I don't know why that alarm keeps going off. My apologies, friends, but thank you all for joining in. Thank you for locking in. Welcome in, Greg Campbell. Ooh, we want to welcome Grant Campbell. Grant says he's not a creator yet. Ooh, we love that word, not yet. But thinking about it, and so you want to see how it's done. This is where you start if you want to be a content creator. Y'all, this is a safe space for content creators to connect, to collaborate, and grow their channels to and through full monetization. That's all we do over here 3 times a week, 3 live streamed Q&A live streams 3 times a week. We just talk shop as content creators. We answer questions. We talk about things. We talk about equipment that we use. We talk about all the things that content creators need to know, but you may not understand because as a content creator, I did my YouTube journey a long time, way too long, over a year, all by myself. And it was not an easy road. And so that's something that now is a fully monetized channel. I wanted to make sure that those who are seeking a safe space, a community of like-minded individuals, that I created such a space because it just makes it so much more fun in the YouTube streets when you can learn and grow your YouTube channel with others who are trying to do the same thing with you. We want to welcome in content creator JC Calamity Jane. Check her out. She was on a great panel this afternoon. So welcome in JC Calamity Jane. So many content creators are chatting it up in that chat. And there's another one of members of KendyK's crew. It's Coffee No Cream. Yeah, I think we've got all the formalities out of the way. Let's go ahead and get started, friends. This is what I mean when we talk about that Shoptalk is a safe space. It's a maker space. It is a tech workshop where we work on our YouTube channels by sharing ideas, equipment, and knowledge. And we just talk about all the things that we're learning in the YouTube streets. We help to break down the new policies that went into effect July 15th, 2025. We're talking about what direction we're going to take our channels in. What is Vlogmas? December content, otherwise known to us in these YouTube streets as Vlogmas. What should that content look like? And how do we manage that with our busy lives? Those are the types of things that we're talking about. But today it's all about a focus, this special series, friends. The focus is going to be on all of those folks who are even thinking about or may have recently started their YouTube channel. So without further ado, let's go ahead and just pop right in and let's get started. Here are some things you should know. And y'all, I invite you, if you have any questions along the way, go ahead and drop those in the chat and I will put them up and we'll talk about them. And if I can't answer them, I have so many content creators, as you can see, they are already chatting it up in that chat. Yes, they're chatting it up and they're cutting it up. Look at our good friend, Mrs. G. She says, tell my girl Nisha that I said, go on, Nisha. Yeah, we have fun. We have fun. It's a Saturday. And friends, it's a Saturday evening on a holiday weekend. What else should we do? We should be working on our channels and having fun as we're doing it. Thank you all. You guys have made my day. Thank you all for being here. I wasn't quite sure because it is a holiday weekend, and I hope everyone had a great weekend with your family, with your friends, or if you chose to be alone, I hope you enjoyed that situation too. I spent a lot of time today just hanging out with myself. I spent a lot of time on Thanksgiving Day with my family, and then last night I was able to get together with a good friend who came into town with her children, and it was an awesome time. But today, I was just being a homebody today, and I super enjoyed it. And I can't wait to show you some of the Christmas decor that I've just started putting up. I wanted to be finished by this moment, but you know how it is sometimes. So without further ado, let's jump right in, friends, and let's go ahead. Let's talk shop. Friends, so before you start your channel, we want you to lock in into this new series that we have because it's going to help you to launch your channel smarter or faster and with more confidence and without all of the mistakes that I made along the way. And other content creators, just know this. You are going to make some mistakes along the way, but we want to make your path even easier. And we want to say a special shout out to poundcakeexperts.com, featuring 50 flavors of gourmet pound cake, including sugar-free and vegan options. Visit poundcakeexperts.com on all social medias. Thank you, Pound Cake Experts, for sponsoring this episode of Shop Talk. Thank you all for joining me. I am super excited. And let's go ahead. Let's get to the meat of the matter. Let's talk about our channel names and why they are so important. Friends, your channel name is, in fact, your digital identity. So keep it short. The name of my channel is KendyK all day. And so I've got what? 1, 2, 3 words. Yeah. So it's relatively short. And so when we say short, think about how many words you're thinking about with any potential channel name that you have, because the reason why that's so important is that friends are going to be viewers, subscribers, members of your crew. My membership is called KendyK's Crew, but people are going to be typing your name a lot, especially if they want to chat it up with you in the chat, if they want to talk back and forth with you, if they want to, a YouTube term we use is if they want to engage with you as the content creator on that channel, they're going to be typing your name a lot, a lot. So you want to choose a meaningful name, but a name that doesn't take up a lot of typing time, because what if they have something to say down in the chat? If they have to type your name each and every time, do you know what's going to happen? They're going to have fatigue, and it might cause them to stop engaging on your channel. And if they have to remember a lot of sequences of numbers and things, it's okay to have numbers in your channel name. But if you have a lot of different numbers, then folks would have to memorize those. And so it can be burdensome. And again, it would stop folks from engaging on your channel. So try to keep your channel name short, but memorable. And friends, something that I have learned since I started my YouTube channel in January 2024, the last week of January 2024 to be exact, I've learned that you want to avoid starting your channel name with words like the word a and like the word the. And can I tell you why? You probably already realized it, because there are hundreds of thousands, possibly even millions of YouTube channels that already exist in the YouTube streets that begin with the word a and that begin with the word the. And so if that's going to be your channel name, then that means that the YouTube algorithm and viewers and subscribers are going to have to flush through and filter out all of those other millions, thousands of channels in order to find you and your specific channel. So think about whatever word comes next after the word a or after the word the. That's probably where you want to start. Y'all, as you think about your channel name, there are some folks who use their real name as their channel name. You might want to think about that and make sure that that is what you want to do, because y'all, just think about, you should maybe use a form of your name is my recommendation, but really you can do what you want to do. You can use a form of your name, or maybe use your name but use a different spelling or of your name. Perhaps just use your first name, your middle name, or your first name and your middle name. YouTube doesn't even recommend that you use your full-blown government name for obvious reasons, y'all. Remember that YouTube is a global social network, not just for friends in the United States or in North America, but we are a global social network. We are the largest search engine. YouTube is now the largest search engine in the world. So keep that in mind, and so that you keep yourself and your privacy safe as you start a YouTube channel. I don't know about you, but that was clearly a concern, and it gave me pause, frankly, before I even started, because I started my YouTube channel as a faceless channel. And so my privacy and my safety was very important to me. And so I don't use my real name on YouTube, but what I do use, KendyK all day. KendyK is my nickname. That's what my friends and family call me. So that's why I chose to use KendyK all day. I like what our friends are chatting it up in that chat. Gemini Diva says username that's best for you. Nisha Antoinette is agreeing with that. Look at all those hearts. And we've got JC Calamity Jane. JC says, I've been debating about updating mine to just Calamity Jane. Well, that's a great question. And thank you for having the courage to type that question in the chat as a discussion topic for the Content Creator Collective. So I invite the Content Creator Collectives and you, the viewers, if you have something to say, this is a content creator. Look at how she shows up. She often wears her natural hair with these beautiful flowers in her hair. I love it so much. It's part of her signature. It's part of who she is. We love how you show up in the world, JC Calamity Jane, and I happen to love your channel name. Y'all, if you know anything about Calamity Jane, you know that it is part of American folklore. But y'all, I like to say that we've got the real life Calamity Jane. We've got none other than JC Calamity Jane. And when I look at that, to me, JC is one word. It comes from her first name is Jen, Jenn. She likes for you to know that too. It's two N's. And then to me, that's one word. JC, Calamity is two, and Jane is three. So that fits the 2 to 3 words for your channel name to me, friend. So my recommendation is, hey, we love it. We love it. We love it. And friends, I'll just be honest with you. I'm just sharing what I have learned, and that's how Shop Talk was born. It was born out of all the little mistakes, of the tweaks, the things we wish we knew then. We wish we knew when we started our channel that we have now learned. That's what every episode of Shop Talk is about. When I started my channel, KendyK, all day, I went through some of these same questions as JC Calamity Jane. Wow, because something that I saw, I figured that everyone would know how to say KendyK, KendyK. I felt like everybody would know how to say that. Well, it turns out that isn't always the case. Yes, Nisha Antoinette agrees. Yes, and we appreciate you, Nisha Antoinette. Look at that channel name. 2 words. And she puts them both together. So that makes it really easy for viewers, subscribers, and for other content creators to connect with you. Easier to type. It's real short and sweet. Nisha Antoinette. And she's got a great theme song and theme music to go with that channel name. It's part of her brand, y'all. So your channel name is super important. It's going to be the starting point for your brand identity. Brands, KendyK, absolutely. You are your brand, and your channel is your house in these YouTube streets. Yes. So make sure that whatever your channel name is, make sure that it's relatively easy to spell. You might think more about the phonetics part of it. Don't put anything special in there, accent marks, things like that. And that's, y'all, let's take a look at my channel, because I want to tell you some things that you want to think about. Doesn't mean you can't do them, but just think about and make sure that that's what you want to do as far as your channel name. And then I'm going to share with you, me and the other content creators who are chatting it up in that chat, what they're going to do is we're going to talk you through how to change your channel name. And I can put you out of your misery right now. Yes, YouTube does allow you to change your channel name when you feel the need to, but we'll talk about that because they do give you some parameters as a content creator. Yes, and I happen to have some lovely theme music. I have two lovely humans, kind humans, Anthony Holmes 71 and Harjarina Net, otherwise known to us in the YouTube streets, is at D Bossway, have created some theme music to go along with my channel. Those are all some of the fun things that you can do to broaden your channel. And friends, I've got a new presentation and I collaborated with Low Carb Queen, but I'm going to save it for just another few days here. And then I'm going to share that collaboration with you. And she helped me to create some more content to help to brand my channel. And thank you, Low Carb Queen. Thank you for doing so. Thank you all for being here. And thank you for locking in. And if you've not hit that like button, if you're loving the content, if you're liking the content, I'd appreciate you hitting that like button and drop down in the chat. Let us know what brings you here today. And we're so happy that you're here with us. The content creators are here. Y'all feel free. Continue to drop your channel link. I'm going to drop my channel link in the chat. So welcome to KendyK. And friends, go ahead and drop your channel link in the chat if you want to. If you want to share your channel out with other creators and you want to get to know some friends in these YouTube streets, that's what we do, friends. Y'all, we're a content creator community. I call it the Content Creator Collective. Absolutely. Yes. So I'm hearing from New Horizons Above and Beyond 1990 says that they did a story on their channel name last year. Okay, I love that. Does that mean you did content on your channel and possibly posted it to other social medias as well, in addition to YouTube? Or are you talking about you uploaded content or did a live stream and gave the backstory about your channel? I just gave you a little rundown on the backstory of my channel. It's my nickname. Yes, it's my nickname. Everyone calls me KendyK. And I added the all day. So friends, let's keep rocking along. I'm loving the interaction. I'm loving the engagement today. Y'all have made my day. Yes, and think about this. Think about, does your name give any indication to your niche? Remember, we talked about that yesterday in part 1 of this multi-part series, especially for folks who are thinking about starting a YouTube channel or may have recently started a YouTube channel. So for the smallest creators, those who haven't even started and have not yet uploaded their first content, or may have just started their channel and only have a few videos under their belt, you're in the right place. You're at the right time. This is a safe space for content creators to connect, to collaborate, and grow their channels to and through full monetization. Friends, I will tell you that this time last December, I don't even think I had 100 subscribers. I know I did not have 100 subscribers. And now, as we head into December, KendyK has over 1,000 subscribers. I'm on the road to 2,000 subscribers, on the path to 5K. I've set that as one of my next subscriber goals, to reach 5,000 subscribers. So it's going to take a lot of hard work, but I've got you and this content creator collective to help me along the way. I'm going to get a little sip of water. Stay hydrated. Please stay hydrated. New Horizons is chiming back in and said, yes, that they actually, y'all, everything is content as a content creator. I can't wait to check your channel out, New Horizons Above and Beyond, and welcome. Welcome to Shop Talk, our content creator makerspace. But think about that. Do you want your channel name to hint at or kind of lead us to what your channel is about? If you know anything about the American folklore of Calamity Jane, then you know that she was a woman with almost like supernatural powers, right? She had her hands into lots of things, and that is certainly our JC Calamity Jane. She's a part of the GLP-1 community. She has type 1 diabetes. I've learned that from watching her channel, which is very interesting to me because I had family members who had diabetes, but they were all type 2 diabetics. So it's been very interesting to watch JC Calamity Jane as she talks about how she manages her type 1 diabetes, as she's also doing a weight loss journey, like I'm on a weight loss journey. And then she also does chicken life. And y'all, she hatched real live chickens, and we were able to watch the whole process. Oh my God, it was a multi-day process, and it was a vibe. Who knew that KendyK would love a chicken life? JC Calamity Jane is just one of my favorite chicken channels. Yes, absolutely, my friend. Absolutely. Y'all, let's keep this train just rolling along. We're talking about things that you should think about as you work on your channel name. So let's take a look at KendyK's channel. So again, my channel name is KendyK all day. And y'all, it's KendyK. And then it's an underscore for a space and then underscore day. And my conundrum was this. I put the K on KendyK because that is my real life nickname. That's what my friends and my family call me, is KendyK, KendyK, KendyK. And alas, I understand now that that created an issue, because if you put the K next to the word all, it might be KendyK Call Day or Cal Day. So I use the underscores to indicate that there are spaces between those words. But let me tell you this, friends, I'm just being honest. Every time friends have to type my channel name, they do have to use that underscore. So it becomes a challenge, so to speak. Now, I will tell you, I've had my channel since January 2024, and I have thought long and hard about, should I take out the spaces, the underscores? And like JC Calamity Jane, I believe JC Calamity Jane has underscores to stand for her spaces, a space between each of the words so that you can clearly see the channel name. I have no problem. I tell you this, no one has a problem pronouncing JC Calamity Jane, but so many friends had a problem pronouncing KendyK all day. So much so that KendyK had to use this visual, and so that I could share with friends how to phonetically pronounce my name. It's emphasis on the D, KendyK all day. And I began to sing my channel name. Yep, I sure did that. That's what KendyK had to do, because I just said, oh, I'm going to use my nickname. Oh, okay. And I did. And this is the feedback I got. About half of the viewers, subscribers, channel creators would say my name correctly with no problems, KendyK all day. And then about half of them would mispronounce it. Or you know what else? They wouldn't say my name, my channel name at all. They would read my comments aloud, but I could literally see them struggling to figure out, how do you say that channel name? Yes, something about the KendyK. So I now believe that I probably should have left that second K off of it. But y'all, I say my name so much, and so I sing it almost. I say KendyK all day. I say it so much that it just brings me great joy when I drop into other live streams or I'm being interviewed by other content creators, and they all say it the same way that I say it, KendyK all day. So one thing I now realize, after almost 2 years on YouTube, in January, it will be my second year on YouTube. What I know for sure is that enough people understand my channel and are members and subscribers or even viewers on my channel, that I've developed a bit of a brand about my channel, and I'm super proud of the growth. And I even I polled my viewing community and my subscribers. This was even before I was monetized. And I said, hey, y'all, about half of the folks who try to say my channel name say it incorrectly. And y'all, that is important because guess what? Your devices are listening to you. So if folks aren't saying your channel name right, then that could be a barrier to your channel's growth, because that means that the YouTube supercomputers don't know what to put for your name. For KendyK, do you know how many times I've looked at the AI transcription that automatically transcribes Shoptalk and all of our other YouTube content? Often it will say KendyK, like candy that you eat, like Skittles, Snickers, Almond Joys, Baby Roots, right? Chico sticks. Friends, and every time I have to make sure that it knows, no, it's KendyK. And y'all, I even have to use tags, not hashtags. I have to use tags in the back office of YouTube Studio. We're going to take a look at YouTube Studio today so that I can point the algorithm in the right directions and let them know, no, it's not KendyK, it's KendyK all day. Yes. New Horizons says that it is their third year on YouTube. And Low Carb Queen says, I think your name is great, KendyK. I do too. And I think there are enough people at this moment that I'm just going to keep moving forward with KendyK all day, because even me kind of singing my name, that's become a part of my brand. That is who I am. That's how I show up in the YouTube streets. But keep some of these things in mind as you develop your channel name. That's all that I'm saying. And that's all that we're saying as the Content Creator Collective. This is Shop Talk. Welcome in, friends. So, friends, let's talk about these points. Your channel name is your brand. It's going to represent you when you're not on and when you don't have new content out for viewers. They're going to still see your channel name in chats. They'll be able to pop over to your channel page. We're going to talk about all those aspects of you developing your channel name and then further developing your whole brand around that channel name. Y'all, so think about good channel names that are short, but pack in a lot of information, and folks can really get a bit of information about you as a content creator. A good channel name will tell who you are or what you do. And so when I think about this segment on my channel is called Shop Talk. And that's what we do on Shop Talk. We just talk shop as content creators. Friends, on the contrary, a not so good name, it can get buried in the sea of sameness, right? If you see folks using the same channel name as someone else, and then they have to add numbers to it, to the end of that, or maybe numbers to the front of it. Is your channel name controversial? So meaning that content creators, they may not want that controversial topic on their channel. So keep those things in mind. That might be what you have in mind for your channel, but you may be turning people away from you even before they get a chance to know you. Y'all keep in mind that information that I shared earlier. If your channel name begins with the word a or the word the, then that means you're putting a lot of folks in front of you, millions of other channels in front of you every time someone goes to look for your channel. And that can be super frustrating for folks, especially now that YouTube is the world's largest search engine and the most used search engine in the world. Thank you all for joining me for this episode of Shop Talk. We are almost up to the halfway point here. And so I want to keep rolling through so that we make sure we cover all the information that we needed to today. Thank you all for joining me for Shop Talk. Don't forget to join me tomorrow for the Sunday Sunrise edition of Shop Talk. And don't worry about it. We get it done before we go to church. Friends, here's a way that you can help yourself explore really good channel names. Thanks to artificial intelligence, otherwise known to us as AI, we are able to explore channel names and test them out against the YouTube algorithm to see if it's a good channel name, if it's an okay channel name, or if AI, artificial intelligence, may suggest that a different channel name altogether. Y'all, it's just information. And one thing, as you work more and more with AI, what you'll learn is that it's just spitting out information. You have to use your good brain and your good judgment to make sense of that information. And sometimes it's just AI trash. It's just AI junk, and you just have to put it to the side altogether. But one thing I do know for sure, they do a pretty good job with creating optimized channel names for YouTube. They're usually typically very short, but sometimes they'll put an A or the in front of it. And if that's the case, just go on to the second word. Yes. Gemini Diva says AI is a great way to get a good channel name. So, friends, I want to suggest that you use ChatGPT version 5, which just launched in early August of 2025. And so y'all check out ChatGPT version 5. And if not, ChatGPT is free. I'm always, when I say ChatGPT, I am always talking about the free version of ChatGPT. Yes, because in this economy, we want to do everything on a budget. And like I said yesterday, KendyK fully monetized her channel using just her smartphone. And you can too. So you can do lots of things on your channel. Some folks spend a lot of money on their channel because they have that disposable income. But if you don't, you can still start a channel and you can still grow that channel to full monetization and beyond and beyond. And I'm on that beyond journey now, but I'm also fully committed with all of these other content creators who are chatting it up in the chat, because I'm fully committed to help them to reach their monetization goals as well. We're going to grow all of these channels to full monetization. Thank you, Gemini Diva. Thank you for moderating on this chat, and also to Monique Pope. Friends, so just ask AI, ask ChatGPT, or if you're using the free YouTube Studio desktop edition of YouTube Studio, or frankly, even the YouTube Studio app. What is that, KendyK? You said YouTube Studio. Well, if you haven't yet created your channel, you don't yet have access to YouTube Studio. YouTube Studio is a separate app that you can download when you start your channel. And remember, it's okay to create that channel, but you're gonna need your channel name first. So do this with us first before you hit that button, create your channel, because you're gonna need to have your channel name and you're gonna have to list it there. When you go through the steps, the quick and easy steps to create your channel. The hard part won't be creating the channel. The hard part will be, what is your channel name going to be? Now, do you see why we're using this as the topic of discussion for our second episode in this? So you want to go from viewer to YouTuber, and this is where you start, friends. So inside YouTube Studio, there is a whole application suite that will help you to navigate as a content creator, as a YouTuber, not just as a viewer, but now as a content creator, or what we say for short, a YouTuber. And one of these applications is called Ask Studio, and it has a little pink icon. Let me make it a little bit larger so that you can see. It is called Ask Studio, and you find it not in the YouTube app on your phone. You find it in the YouTube Studio app on your phone. And that's where you can ask AI to, if you're not familiar with ChatGPT, then just ask the Ask Studio, ask it to create 10 channel names based on your niche. And y'all, this is an interactive time. And so I'm going to flip over if I can. I'm trying this out for the first time, but that's okay. If I mess it up, this is a safe space for content creators to connect and to collaborate, to learn and grow our channels to full monetization. We want to welcome in another content creator. We want to welcome in Bold 14. Bold 14 Life 90. Welcome in, friends. Bold 14 Life 90. She's a great friend in these YouTube streets. Y'all forgive me for messing your name up there, friend, because you are we all know you in these YouTube streets, and we love how you show up in these YouTube streets. Thank you, Bold 14 Life 90. Absolutely, friends. So I suggest that you ask Studio or AI of any kind, even Google, because Google is now largely powered by artificial intelligence. Just ask it to generate 10 channel names for you based on your niche. Tell it what your first name is, not your full government name, but what your first name is, and think about what your niche is. If you're thinking, well, what is the niche again? We talked about it yesterday. So check out part 1 in this multi-part series for folks who are thinking about starting a YouTube channel or have recently started their YouTube channel. Friends, what you want to do is your niche is what content do you hope to show on your channel? Find one lane and stay in it, your friends. And stay in it for the first 50 to 60 days. 40 to 60 days is a good rule of thumb. And create content around that one topic. And if you don't like that topic, or you thought that's what you wanted your channel to be about, then you can change it. But when you have when you have too many different topics, then it becomes hard for the AI, artificial intelligence, to determine. The YouTube computers can't determine what your channel is about because you have too many different topics on your channel. So try to stick to one as a new content creator and see how that goes for you. And I encourage you, how do you choose what your channel is going to be about? I encourage you to do something that you love. You're going to spend a lot of time creating content about that topic. So do something that you love. Are you going to have a fun channel? Is your channel going to be a serious channel? Is it going to be educational, i.e., it teaches something? It might teach something fun like fishing, like roller skating, like ice skating. It might teach cooking. KendyK does a lot of teaching on her channel. And one thing I like to do is I want to make the path a lot easier than the path was for me as a content creator. So I do a lot of teaching, so to speak. I do a lot of teaching you how to do things like cook, how to make cornbread dressing, how to make a 7-Up pound cake, and how to grow a channel to full monetization. So thank you all for joining us for this episode of Shop Talk. Friends, if you like to travel, you can teach us travel tips. If you're a mom, if you're a dad of girls, you can teach us that as well. You can talk about that on your channel. Your channel can be whatever you want it to be. But try to use AI. If you're having trouble maybe you already have your channel name. And if you do, drop it in the chat and we'll tell you what we think of it. Drop it in the chat and tell us what your channel is about. I invite you to do that. And if you've already created your channel using your channel name, then you can go ahead and drop the same 2 words that I've just put into the chat, and you can drop your channel link. Thank you all for joining me for this episode of Shop Talk. This is our content creator maker space. Look at all those friends chatting it up in the chat. Y'all, what you want to also do with artificial intelligence, AI, Google, ChatGPT, Ad Studio, and another cool free feature that is available to YouTube content creators once you've created your channel. It's called the inspiration feature. Don't worry about it. I'll show you that in later episodes in this special series. Don't worry about it. And y'all, if you check the link, the playlist will lead you to all of the content, all 48 previous episodes of Shop Talk. And I have episodes already waiting on you that talk to you about ChatGPT. In fact, I have a multi-part series on that. The collective, has a multi-part series on that. And we have a couple of episodes that teach you how to learn more and how to use Ask Studio and the inspiration features. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Shop Talk. Friends, here is your branding checklist. So make sure you check all social medias, not just YouTube. You don't want the same channel name as someone else, because then their channel is bigger than yours, especially if you have not even started your channel yet. Yeah. So keep that in mind, friends. If that channel name is already in use, then type in the channel name that you wanted to use, but might already be used by someone else, and ask ChatGPT, ask, ask inspiration, ask Studio, it available to you in the YouTube Studio app. Ask it to take the channel name that you wanted to use and suggest different variations of that are still going to be short, niche, specific, that speak to the topic or speak to you and how you plan to show up on YouTube. What is your channel about and who you are? But you really want to kind of avoid channel names that are so similar to other channels, because your viewers and your subscribers may end up over on their channel and not know that they're not on your channel. So one thing about it, KendyK is KendyK all day. I often use this same goldenrod color. When you look at the screen right now, do you see how much I've used this goldenrod color? Even on the thumbnail for this episode of Shop Talk. AirPod on the loose, AirPod on the loose. Let me put it back in so you all can hear me okay. Friends, I often use that orange goldenrod color because that's just who and what I am. I love the color yellow. KendyK calls that her signature color. And so I use a lot of that color on my channel. You'll see that a lot in my thumbnails, on the titles, the words on my channels. And that's why you see it here today. And it's just part of who I am in the YouTube streets. It's part of my brand identity. Absolutely. Thank you all for joining us for this episode of Shop Talk. Thank you for being here. Let's look in the chat and let's see what else we have. Gemini Diva 79 says channel names should be short and sweet. I agree. Y'all, if you can get it down to 2 or 3 words, or just put some words together, if those words are distinct words and people can visually look at them really quick and see that, oh, you break that up into 3 short words, but it's all listed as one word, that's best. That's best. Try to avoid the underscore, but y'all, friends like my channel, and I'm sticking to it for the moment. But friends, let's talk about this before we go back and finish up our visuals for the day and finish our other talking discussion points for the day. Friends, if you do decide you want to change your channel name, you can do that. YouTube allows you to change your channel name after 14 days. So if you do decide that this channel name just isn't working for me, if you run into hiccups for whatever reason, maybe you just decided to take your channel a different way, to a different topic. Friends, change your channel name if you want, when you want, but just realize there are some repercussions to that, even because the community, the folks who were watching your channel, they have become accustomed to your channel name and they'll be looking for that channel name. So make sure you talk to them before you take the plunge. Possibly even create a community post or post multiple posts about it in the lead up before you actually change your channel name. Leave some comments in your chat, pin them to the top of your chat so that they know that you changed the channel name or you're preparing to change the channel name on this date so that they can find you. Because once it's changed and it can't be changed back for another 14 days. There has to be a 14-day waiting period in between before you can change the channel name again. Yes. Okay. I love that. New Horizons. New Horizons has it right. That's what we do on each and every episode of Shop Talk. We connect, we collaborate, we grow our channels to and through monetization. It's the road to full monetization and beyond to everyone who joins us for episodes of Shop Talk. And friends, don't worry if you can't make it for every live streamed episode of Shop Talk, where every episode is a live Q&A for content creators. Don't worry about it. You can always catch us on the replay. I invite you to drop in the chat and let us know when you're watching on the replay so that I know that you came by. And more importantly, if you have any content creator questions, drop those in the chat. And friends, you should be dropping those questions now because we've come to the portion in this live stream where I'm ready, and so are the other content creators in the Content Creator Collective. They are willing to take your questions, y'all. And so while we wait for questions to flow on in here, go ahead and take a look at this branding checklist for your channel. Does the name you are considering, does it fit your niche? And niche is just a fancy word for what are you going to be doing or talking about on your channel? What is your channel all about? Does your proposed channel name fit that niche? Is it short and is it easy to spell? Can you say your channel name out loud without sounding awkward? Does your channel name look good on a thumbnail? Can you grow if that channel grows using that channel name? You want to avoid offensive channel names, right? Or channel names that will initially limit who comes to visit your channel. If you say this channel is for redheads only, wow, you're alienating a lot of people, right? So keep that in mind. Yes, yes. Maybe it's whatever it is, friends, whatever it is, y'all make sure that your channel won't limit the number of viewers, subscribers, members who could possibly engage with you and help you to grow your channel to full monetization. So keep that in mind and make sure that when you Google that channel name, make sure that it's not available on other social medias because we don't want anyone else to steal your audience before you even start the channel, friends. And it won't be intentional. It's just the nature of all of these social medias. And all of them are being powered by artificial intelligence, which is a network of supercomputers that gives us instantaneous access to information from all over the world. Most of it straight from our smartphones. Can you believe that? Absolutely. Absolutely. So friends, what I want you to do, y'all, is keep this checklist in mind. If you have your smartphone handy, you might just want to snap a quick picture of this or catch it on the replay and it'll be right here. Thank you all. If you have any questions as a content creator, go ahead and drop those in the chat. And I think I see some questions and I already gathered some questions. And so I'm going to ask a few of those and give you just a little bit more time if you do have any questions for us as the Content Creator Collective. Thank you all for joining in and thank you for staying locked in. This is KendyK all day. Friends, don't forget to check out the Christmas in November. If you go to my community post, head over to my channel page, click on posts, and you will see my Christmas in November post, and it'll give you all the steps so that you can get in your week for entry. But first, you've got to become a subscriber, and subscribing to KendyK all day is absolutely free. What a great way to end the November month and go straight into the holiday season. And thank you, friends. Thank you for watching and thank you for being here with us. Friends, I'm going to go ahead and show you a little bit of YouTube Studio and show you what that looks like. So I have gone into the back office of YouTube's called YouTube Studio. That is the back office for content creators. It looks a little like this. Let me make it really large so that you can see it. And then when I go up here, friends, and I see the bell to be notified, that's where I receive my notifications for my channel and from anyone else that I am subscribed to. I receive notifications telling me that they are going live or that they have posted a community post or that they have uploaded new long format videos. This is that ask question that we were looking at earlier. This is where you can activate AI right from your YouTube Studio desktop version and also from the YouTube Studio app. Y'all, here are some curated questions and answers for content creators that are already written, and the answers are already there too. It's my first stop when I have questions about being a content creator. I use that just about every week as a content creator and now as a fully monetized channel. And friends, if you want to ask a question to YouTube so that you can get an answer, you click that icon there, and that is where you type in a question right there. That is where you ask a question and you'll get an answer from YouTube. And you can even, y'all, if you keep working with it, it will eventually let you talk to a human. Yes. So it's not just the supercomputers. There are humans who are standing by when there are peculiar situations that necessitate that a human answer them. And we know that there are, in fact, those situations. So what I wanted to do, friends, is I wanted us to take a look at that, and I wanted to activate that Ask Studio button, and it's a little pink button if you can see it there. I wanted to click on that, and that is what Ask Studio will do. It will pull up and it will open up inside YouTube Studio, and I just enlarged it. And it says, hello, KendyK, how can I help you? And so, friends, what you would do here is you would just type a question, and I'm in StreamYard, so I have to try to type this. Okay, yeah. So, do we have any volunteers who want us to search for channel names related to a certain topic? Or if there's a channel name that you're thinking about and you wanted to suggest, you want AI. Ask Studio is powered by AI, not by humans. It's powered by supercomputers. Artificial intelligence is churning this out, but I'm glad that they're doing so, because what it's doing for us is that it is using the YouTube algorithm to suggest good channel names. If anybody has any channel names that they want me to type in, I'm happy to do so using my YouTube Studio. And this will just be for fun, and then you can try it on your own. And so think of a topic, and let's ask Studio, let's ask AI to suggest a channel name for us. Do you have any takers? I just wanted to show you this Ask a Studio application so that you can see how easy it is to activate AI and use it to help you to create your YouTube channel and grow it, and grow that channel to full monetization. I'm going to wait another 30 seconds, and then we're going to start chatting it up in that chat and answering questions if you have any. I'm waiting for questions in the chat, or if you want us to ask AI, we're going to do this in real time, friends, but I need you all to join me and engage with me in the chat if we have any takers. And if not, we'll just go straight to the questions, because I see some questions and I already have some questions that we will share, because it's a great time for us to engage, to connect, to learn, and to collaborate about our YouTube channels. Okay, so that is how you use the AI, the AI Ask Studio feature, and it is available for free directly through YouTube Studios. So just click on that little pretty pink icon, and there it is. I'm not going to waste any more time with that, because I just want to chat it up with you, the Content Creator Collective. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Shop Talk. So let's do a couple of questions, and then we'll get ready to get out of here, because it's Saturday, and I want you to rest, because I want you to come straight back here in the morning for the Sunday sunrise edition of Shop Talk. Friends, here's some questions. How do I pick my color palette? Oh, what a great question. What an absolutely great question. Well, as you can see, I told you, I picked that goldenrod yellow color because it's super bright. I like to put it against black lettering, and you should always think about that light color, dark color motif. And so even if you use a darker colored background, like red, like black, like blue, royal blue, navy blue, dark green, any dark color, then your lettering should be lighter in color. Your lettering should be lighter in color. Always think about contrasting the colors in that respect, contrasting light and dark colors, because they just jump off of the page when you think about the thumbnail for this live stream. I hope that it made you click on it. It's only, to be honest with you, y'all, I did not want to be late starting this stream. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to zhuzh up that thumbnail, and I'm going to use AI to support me to do it. Absolutely. And I'll teach you those things. Those are the KendyK, you're going to teach us how to create fancy thumbnails? Absolutely. Absolutely, I will. Because this is Shop Talk. This is where we collaborate, where we talk about great equipment, great applications, especially the free ones, and we grow our channels to full monetization. So frankly, y'all, I chose my color palette, the goldenrod yellow color, because it is my signature color. I wear a lot of clothes in the color and the hues of yellow, and I just like yellow because it's bright. It speaks happiness for me. When you think about your emojis and you think about the happy face emojis, it's most often yellow. So that's the yellow that I'm going for. That's what I'm trying to bring to my channel. That's what I'm trying to put out into the YouTube streets. And so it works for me. So you'll see a lot of yellow on my channel. Go with your favorite color. Go with a color that you think will draw a lot of attention. Go with a color scheme that will draw a lot of attention. And what you should do, what YouTube suggests you do, is continue to put out thumbnails and content making use of that, I don't know, 2 or 3 colors, because you've got to think about the background. You've got to think about the words. Use those colors often. It doesn't mean you have to always use them, but the more you do, the more you'll create that, what we call brand identity for you and for your channel. Absolutely, friends. Absolutely. So other questions coming in. Let's take a look. Should I use AI to name my channel? Do we have any content creators down in the collective who would care to take that question? Do we have any content creators who want to take that question? I'll hold up just for a second and I will see if there is anyone else who would like to take a gander at that one. Should you use AI to create your channel? Well, my answer is why not? Why not in 2025? Why not immediately, instantaneously get 10 recommendations? And friends, if you want, I suggested you ask AI to generate 10 channel names for your channel. But friends, you could ask it to generate 20. All it needs is a little help. It needs to know who you are, what you're planning to do on your channel, what your niche is, and if you have any thoughts on what your channel names might be. And it's going to give you lots of recommendations. The more information you give to artificial intelligence, the more information, good information, it can give back to you. Yes, absolutely. Gemini Diva agrees. She says, sure, you can. Y'all, we're going to take one more question and we're going to be out of here. Thank you all for joining me for this episode of Shop Talk. And the question is, what if I plan to do multiple niches? What if you plan to have your channel talk about different things? You have several things, you can't decide on just one. Well, friends, I would tell you, many creators have that very same issue. That is a very common issue as a content creator, especially a new content creator. You've not done YouTube yet. You've not tried content creation yet. And so you're really not sure. You're like, oh, she said, focus. KendyK said, focus on the things that I love and use that to help me to find my niche. Well, if you love lots of things, then you're not so sure. It might be a lifestyle channel. But friends, what I would tell you is you want to try to focus on one thing just to get that channel started. So what? So that the artificial intelligence, the YouTube supercomputers can start to get your channel name and your channel content into the algorithm, y'all. YouTube is now the largest search engine in the world. So that means there are millions, in fact, billions of channels being created daily. Daily, friends, and so from all over the world. And so it is important for you to try to stick to that for the first 40 to 60 days. The more you stick to just one thing, the more likely you are for the YouTube algorithm to pick you up. And when I say pick you up, I mean pick your channel and your channel's content up and start putting it out to more devices of viewers that you can then convert to subscribers. Friends, I want to thank you for joining me for this episode of Shop Talk. This is our content creator maker space. If you did not catch the first episode of Shop Talk, then the one from yesterday, it was the first part one in this multi-part series where we're taking you from a viewer to a YouTuber. And I encourage you to start right here for that. Y'all check the link that is pinned to the top of the chat stream for this episode of Shop Talk, episode 49, and you will find a link that will get you straight over to the first episode that we live streamed yesterday. The next episode will live stream in the morning. It's the Sunday sunrise edition of Shop Talk. Friends, and we want to thank you for joining us. And right here at the buzzer, we want to thank our good friend, Faith Marie Unscripted. That's a good channel name. Check that out. Faith Marie Unscripted. What do you think her channel is about? It's about her. It's about her. It's about Faith Marie being Faith Marie. And she says unscripted. Ooh, I love the sound of that. Sounds like some shenanigans to me. And I love that. And we're here for it. If you know this content creator, it's Faith Marie Unscripted. Look at that beautiful thumbnail picture. Friends, if you're camera shy and you don't want to use a photo of yourself, when I started my YouTube channel, it's KendyK all day. You know what I had as my channel picture? All I had was a K. The capital K for KendyK all day. Y'all, it's your channel. You can do what you want to do. You can use your real photo like Faith Marie Unscripted did, or you can have it create AI. AI KendyK, yes, artificial intelligence can help you to create an avatar of yourself so that you can show up in the world that way. It really doesn't matter. You can try new things. Ask AI, ChatGPT, or the Ask Studio feature, or the Inspiration feature, all which are available for free right through your YouTube Studio app. They will all help you to generate those things for free. That's what we focus on over here. I'm telling you what I know for sure now as a fully monetized creator. Most of the things you want to do to grow your channel to full monetization, you can do them absolutely free. That's why you want to stay locked in. That's why you want to stay plugged in. This has been Shop Talk. I'll see you in the morning. Goodbye for now.